Fair enough. Now, what do you think now when you hear in the winter of 1999 you were transferred for a then club record fee of £3 million to Derby County, making you the fourth most expensive teenager in British football history?
It's a bit weird, isn't it? Very weird. It was at the time. There'd been rumblings. I'd been injured, and I'd broke my foot, and that kind of like held up a transfer. But it was either Derby or Arsenal that I was going to be going to. And at the time, obviously, you would have preferred to have gone to Arsenal than
when you
Derby.
say at the time, do you mean at any time?
Any time.
Probably, yeah. But it was literally, I got a phone call from Adrian Heath on the Sunday saying, hey, you're going to Derby tomorrow for your medical. You're going to go and sign for them. And there wasn't sort of like, it wasn't a time when you would have said, no, I'm not going. I'm only going to Arsenal or not going at all kind of thing. The club needed the money. I wasn't really given an option in where I was going. That was the highest bid and you were off. So that was the way that it was going to be. And so I wasn't unhappy to be going to Derby. You know, it was the Premier League and my wages were going to go significantly up, and Derby had finished 8th in the Premier League the year before. So it was an exciting move, and it was being made clear to me that United weren't, you know, they wanted me out. So it was the situation as it was, really. So it was exciting and disappointing. Is the best way to describe it, I guess.
I was just thinking, what do you think 3 million equates to these days? Because that was 1999 and 3 million was a lot of money. We're thinking like 15 million, something like that.
I was thinking if it's fourth most expensive teenager, so you'd now have to look at who that, you know, current fourth most expensive teenager is, and that is what it equates to.
Yeah.
Madness. And Arsenal might have even paid more for you, to be fair.
Well, I think Derby outbid him at the time. I think it was I think Arsenal had bid 1.5 and Derby had bid 1.8, and it was rising to 3 million with appearances and stuff like that. So I think United wanted basically as much cash as they could.
So with appearances, we now know that it was 1.8.
There you go.
There's no need for that. He'll be off soon. Oh dear. So your Derby career, do you want to just run us through it?
Yeah, I mean it didn't start off well. We got beat 1-0. So I'd been injured the whole of the season at United. I'd broken my foot. I'd been out for like about 8 weeks, I think it was. Came back and we were playing Crewe on the Saturday, and I trained on the Thursday for the first time, thinking I'd just be with the fitness coaches and like the physio. And I was like training with the first team. Did the same on Friday and came on against Crewe for like 20 minutes on the Saturday. Then got the phone call on the Sunday saying you're going to Derby. So then I trained that week, did my medical, and then started against Tottenham the following Saturday, having, you know, like a week's training. And I wasn't ready. Played an hour. We got beat 1-0. And then I broke my foot again 2 weeks later at home against Chelsea and missed the rest of the season. And that kind of like set me up for my time at Derby, where it was just up and down. You know, I never really got going. And Jim Smith was dead old school, dead aggressive, and all the managers at Sheffield had been really good with me, and then Jim Smith was like the other way. And it was just a stop-start time at Derby for a couple of years. John Gregory came in, and all of a sudden it all fell into place for a little while, and then I ended up getting sold not long after that. So it was there was good times at Derby, but there was a lot of tough times as well, really.